Well, I thought I'd pop in on you, seeing as I didn't upload. I didn't do the thing yesterday. I'll do the thing today. Uh, Water is approaching its completion. I want to keep it somewhat muted. You know, it's a big enough area that it needs interest, but it's not so big an area that it warrants, or I think needs, more rocky structure in the foreground. You know, I don't want to break it up too much. We'll see. I'm going to finish laying in my colors here. Our light's coming from the upper right. It's soft light in places, filtered sunlight, you know. Up here we're probably going to have a little more direct sunlight in places, because this is going to be the spark. Lighting some colors here. You know, that's something I noticed about living on the west coast, on Piers Island, when 10 minutes after it rains, around the shoreline, the water's drained. You don't get green grass. Grass doesn't do well adjacent to salt water. It rarely even grows this far down a bank, but it does. And I noticed on where I lived, when you get up and away from the shoreline, up into the bush, they can be just sodden. They can be soaking wet, and that's where you begin to see the rainforest effect. You know. Very healthy trees. There's enough loamy material on top of all that rock that a lot of trees, and obviously very large trees, can be sustained. But as you get close to the shore, not so much. So I wasn't afraid to just say, okay, midsummer, our grass is golden, and here, I don't have to explain that anyway. It works for the painting. That's what I like about it. So our light's coming from the upper right. We're not too intense in here. We're going to get a little more intense up here. This line of rock is just going. It's going to disappear. I'm going to change the design of things up top. But I'm happy to have made this decision to get rid of all the clutter that was in here, make it clean. I'm very happy with the way this the top of the ridge of this most foreground stone wall is. Decided to bring it up a little bit on the end. And although the water looks a little bit insipid, once it's done, once it's covered, I'll leave it. Then I'm going to hop into these rocks and lay in a lot of smaller brush strokes, which will in turn sort of dissipate some of the power that's in this bedrock. And it'll become a little bit softer as well. You know, also the dark areas here will have something in them. I'm likely going to go with some reddish mauve stuff in there. You know, again, it's material. It's what do they call it? Not tellurides. Well, tellurides is one word for it, I suppose. Mineralized quartz, I suppose you could say. It's a mineralizing quartz vein, or whatever minerals are in there, you know, have decomposed, and then you get these little caverns with some remnants of the original mineral in there. Could be iron, could be anything. So this will become weaker, and this will not appear so weak then. However, once that's all done, the last thing I will do is go into the water and lay in a few stronger highlighting strokes, highlighting and maybe dark lighting in places. That's what's going to give the water that'll be the coup de grace for giving the water its strength, and that'll bring it up. It'll punch it up again, because it needs to be strong enough. It needs to be present enough to support all this stuff. Anyway, for the time being, that's for later. For the time being, I'm just getting it painted in so that we have a benchmark as far as our colors and our motion and our general design of the water is concerned. So we're getting very close to that. Then I'm going to hop into here. Well, no, that's pretty much done in here. Then I'm going to hop up into here. I'm going to get rid of this too. I might leave the odd stone. I might not. We'll see. Might even put a little bush in somewhere. But I don't know. I don't want to get too complicated. I want the painting to stay fairly straightforward. It's a fair-sized painting. You know, it's not huge, but it's not tiny. So I'm probably not going to do a video every time I put on a few strokes, because there would be 100 videos of this painting. So I'm not going to bother with that. Once I, have some significant development completed, then I'll kind of show you what I did. For the sake of a video, often it's more fun just to do a smaller painting, because then you can see it come together very quickly. For me, just to do a bunch of snippets of a large painting means that I would have to do a lot of editing, which I'm not going to do, and I would have to, the videos would be few and far between. So I'm going to try to minimize that a little bit. Keep it simple. What do they say? Keep it simple, stupid. Kiss. Alright, that's it for now. I have to go wash summer tires on my wife's car and have them replaced with brand new winter tires, because both her and I believe we're going to get snow this year. Actually, the snow is already working its way down the mountainside. It's always kind of fun. Nobody loves too much snow for too long, but I kind of like a little bit of winter every year. Okay. See you soon.